Hey, my name's Josh Rhodes with Crypto Y'all. And if you're looking for an authentic, trustworthy place to not only do your crypto investing alongside of other awesome people, but to get training, to acquire skills, to get intel and alpha on the market, if you want to dominate in this crypto cycle, but you don't know what you don't know, then check this out. What you're about to see is a weekly market update call that I do with my members. I have a mastermind and a private mentorship called Get Paid Daily. And we literally every week meet together and also have a community, of course, and a training suite, all of the things that I've used to create multiple six-figure crypto wallets over the last couple of bull cycles. And this video is specifically designed for members, but I'm releasing it to the public. You can watch it, get the alpha, enjoy it. Hey, I hope you make some money. It's not financial advice, but it is research and intel that helps you potentially get in early on some awesome opportunities. And if you want more of this, then go to cryptoyall.co. That's cryptoyall.co and watch my little free case study that explains everything we do and how we create passive income with crypto. And from there, if you want to schedule a call with me, we'll jump on a Zoom video call and see if it's a good fit for you. But until then, check out this awesome weekly members only call that I'm making available for free for you today. Talk soon.
Well, it's a really what I would call frothy or exciting time in the market currently. As you can see here on cryptobubbles.net, if you ever want to just kind of see what the vibe is in the marketplace, given different time periods, and you want to visualize it outside of charts, I've been using cryptobubbles.net for months and months and months, and it's great. And as you can see, if we're looking at, we're here on the monthly time frame. I think this is a 30-day month time frame. Man, I mean, there's not a lot of red at all. You've got Link up 32%. My biggest no-brainer in the market. We'll cover that here shortly. You even have the old FTT token from the FTX disaster that is up 214%. I think that's on speculation that they're going to actually rebrand and rejuvenate the exchange and open it back up for business. You have Sol 82% up. That was probably one of the great picks of 2023, and I still think it's a great buy. It's going to outperform Ethereum from this point on. You have Avalanche here, again, up 89%. I think Avalanche and Link are the two large cap picks of the year, probably right along with Sol. So like if you're looking for more, nothing's guaranteed, but if you're looking kind of for a deadlock horse in the race, one of these three are going to be, or all of those three are going to be really great large caps. Okay. If you look at the week, it's a little bit more mixed, but still green. For those of you unfamiliar with Luna, Terra Luna was a massive collapse in May of 2022 that really kind of started the pain of the bear market. It created a massive domino effect that led all the way down to FTX in that December a year ago. This happened about a year and a half ago. The Luna Classic is the original native token, and for some reason, people are trading that corpse of a token. So, okay, let's jump to the charts. I want to cover charts real quick, and then I want to move to macro news. I want you guys to understand where you are in the market. That's the entire goal of this call, and it's what really prevents you from losing money, but also gives you the foundation to stand on so that you can have the confidence to invest. One of the biggest things currently that I think you need to embrace from an investor mindset perspective is that when it's most painful to invest in altcoins is usually the time to invest in altcoins. And I say altcoins specifically because those are the things that are going to actually give you the multiples for increased net worth, not Bitcoin. But again, Bitcoin is our canary in the coal mine. It's currently, man, it's really been fighting with 38K for about a week now. Really great consolidation pattern here, really healthy. And I think you'll see as I continue to share some data with you, my hunch, again, educated guess based on the data, is that we're going to break through this 38.5. This 38.5 number is a really important number in terms of resistance. And then it's going to become our support. I think in the next 2 weeks, week or two, maybe even this week, I'm not sure, but like in the next week or two, we should see a violent move upward. How sustained that is, I'm unclear, but there's a lot of strength being built right here. And you'll continue to see why as I continue to share some of these news articles. We're going to come back to Bitcoin here in just a minute. Again, Chainlink. I never do this. I branded myself on November 2nd, 2023. It's the only time I've ever done this. I have so much confidence in Chainlink. I think you cannot own enough. If you hear my voice right now, you probably do not own enough Chainlink. And so I stand by that. It's taking also a consolidation pattern since about November 23rd now. After a big run up, it cooled off a little bit. With the rest of the altcoin market, we've seen a cool off, which is really healthy. A cool off, not a collapse, which is really neat to see. So it's basically just hovering right below the skyline of this resistance line. And then when it breaks through and closes a week above that number, then we're in new territory. So the next line for Chainlink would be about $22.80 from here. So, but I think again, bear case scenario with Chainlink, we're in the $80 territory. Bear case, like worst, like that's the worst I think it'll do in this cycle. And then I think bull case, it's going all the way up to the 130s, 140s, 150s, something like that. So these are the kind of the atmospheric layers that we're dealing with when it comes to Chainlink. It's just it has permeated the market too much. It's too prevalent. It has too much market share. It's almost a monopoly with all of the layer one chains and the non-blockchain companies out there. So fantastic. All right, USDT. The largest stable coin on the planet. The market cap continues to rise. I wanted to do a little ruler here. Since October 5th, the market cap approximately has risen 7.17%, which is astronomical because that represents about $6 billion globally of just one type of stablecoin, and there are dozens of stablecoins. So as that stablecoin market cap goes up, you'll continue to see that market cap basically being used to buy more crypto. And buy this basically is a key metric or a leading metric to buy pressure on the market. So we love to see it. And the correlated or inverse correlation that I talk about very often is the DXY, which we've seen really suffer since this arrow point right here back on November. That's actually November 14th. Yeah, so it's been a couple of weeks and we continue the downtrend. Now we want this little trend line to be the ceiling, and we want to continue to see the DXY suffer. And speaking of, I want to show you the Bitcoin dominance chart. This is actually going to become the more important indicator for those of you investing in altcoins right now, looking for short-term pumps and profit-taking opportunities. Again, if you don't have a great profit-taking strategy, I have a profit-taking module in our Get Paid Daily training area. You can find it easily. Just look for it, watch it. It's a 20-minute video. I think it'll change your life when it comes to actually realizing profit. So put time block, put yourself a reminder on the calendar to do that. But here's what we're looking at here. Bitcoin dominance. This is Bitcoin's dominance in relation to the rest of the crypto market. So let me look at this. This is the 4-hour. I want to look at the daily. If you look at the daily chart, which is kind of like zooming out from a 30-day to 60-day view, like that's kind of what we're looking at. The RSI, the Relative Strength Index, has been rising pretty methodically since November 14th. Again, correlated with the DXY's tumble. If you go all the way back to November 6th, and then all the way back here, this was kind of like that first pump that we got in the market. If you go back to late September, approximately the time we did our altcoin 100x challenge here. For those of you who remember that session, on this day specifically, I'm actually going to draw a, what kind of draw here? I'll just draw an arrow for time purposes. Where's my arrow? Why do I always get confused here? Right here. So September 27th, right here is the day where we did our 100x challenge, where we started our 100x challenge. And we chose 10 altcoins from emerging narratives. If you missed that call, I think those are still great altcoins to invest in. We're only 60 days later. They have pumped significantly. We put $1,000 in, $100 into 10 of them. We have officially doubled our bag. Almost, not technically. We were at 2,000 earlier this week. We have cooled off a little, but now you basically just see this jockeying happening. The Dion token was the top performer. It's cooled off significantly. Probably a good time to enter there for those of you who have some Ethereum or USDC dry gunpowder. Dion has fallen to the middle of the pack, which means it showed some strength and it pulled back. So that's how you can. And Naka was doing the same thing, and now Naka's back on top. And that's just this is a little bit of a diversion from our charts, but I'm just trying to help you think through like when to enter, like with that particular portfolio that we started back here. But why did I bring that up? Because as the dominance of Bitcoin went up, the market share, or the total, I guess, the altcoin prices at this point were not going up with it perfectly, but they did start to rise after it started pumping right around here. So a few days after, when you see these little red candles start happening, actually any of these red candles, whenever you see these red candles on the Bitcoin dominance chart hit, the altcoins will go up in price. It's a little confusing because you have to rewire your brain a little bit, but this is the ratio of Bitcoin market cap to the altcoin market cap. So when the red candles happen, that means altcoin market cap is getting stronger in relation to Bitcoin. So, but we want to continue to see the green candles because that's just Bitcoin becoming stronger in the marketplace. And then eventually, anytime you see a red candle on the Bitcoin dominance chart, it's altcoins yo-yoing up or catching up. And so that's why we've seen a 100% return since that September 27th call when we made those investments, because the Bitcoin dominance chart has faltered with red candles as a trend for the better part of a little over a month now. And so what you see now again is Bitcoin with 3 consecutive green candles creating a new trend as we speak. So that's just exciting stuff. Like that's what we want to see happening. We're getting the rungs of the ladder built for this bull market right in front of us, and it should give you confidence to invest. It's just great. All right, some information from Twitter. Twitter is one of the best places to get crypto investing alpha and research. And these are just some notable tweets that I wanted to read to you, or at least show you and demonstrate a few things. Henrik Zeberg, I think he's Swiss. I could be incorrect. He lives in one of those Scandinavian countries. Forgive me, Henrik, for not knowing your nationality, but he's nailed this. I've been following him for over a year, and he has nailed the macroeconomic forecast so far. Nailed it. I almost can't believe it. He's been saying the U.S. economy is not in a recession for over a year now, when everyone has been doing the Chicken Little sky is falling routine. He said this consistently. Now we start to hear about the soft landing narrative from the Fed. So the recession will set in 2024. That's what I'm gearing up for. So I'm just like, hey, you know what? This guy, I listen to a lot of voices. I aggregate a lot of data. I'm not saying he's a prophet. I'm not saying he has a crystal ball. I'm just saying I'm going to go with the hitter with the highest batting average when it comes to the macro stuff. Now, he's not doing crypto picks, and he's not telling me prices or anything like that. He's not doing that kind of stuff, but he is saying trends that we as investors, we buy and sell in areas. Remember that. Areas, not particular points on the map or on the chart. We can't time the top. We can't time the bottom. So make sure you understand what area you're in. Right now, we're in buy zone. We're in buy the dip season. We're in grab all you can. The tsunami of liquidity is coming. So Henrik has been calling for a blow off top in equities and in crypto. And he's just talking about the new inflation reports that came out are very bullish for risk on assets. Oh, this is huge. Franklin Templeton is one of the 12 asset managers who have applied for the spot Bitcoin ETF. We've talked about this till we're red in the face, but this is a buy the rumor, buy the news event. It's going to be historical. It's going to be life-changing, and it's going to basically change the markets forever. We got to be aware about, if you're not up to speed on the spot Bitcoin ETF narrative, get up to speed as fast as possible. Okay. This is where right now, if you hear my voice, it's your chance to front run institutional money. It's one of the only times in history in your life where you are smarter than smart money, but you've got to get in the market. And that's what it takes to make life altering money. $1.5 trillion. Franklin Templeton filed an update to its Bitcoin ETF application. All the Bitcoin ETFs are now aligned for an approval by January 10th of 2024. Now, that January 10th is the expiration date or the deadline for the, I believe it's ARK Invest's application. But the current narrative right now across the market is that the SEC is going to, update. Wow, SEC went super early on Franklin. They weren't due for another decision until January 1st. Notably, Franklin is the only issuer who didn't submit an updated S1 yet. Wonder if that has any impact here. So the SEC is basically telling Franklin Templeton, hey, dude, like the other 11 people have done this one paper and we need this document from you. And we're trying to approve everybody at one time. So get the paperwork in. That's basically what we see happening in real time here. It's pretty crazy. The Martini guy here says, when the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF is approved, within 2 minutes, the price of Bitcoin will be over $60,000. He's saying the quiet part out loud. Within 1 hour, the price will be $100,000. Within 1 week, the price will be $200,000. You can never own enough of an increasingly popular, increasingly scarce asset. So again, Bitcoin, I mean, if those multiples are attractive and you think the Martini guy has something there, I can go with him here on the 60,000. I can visualize that. The 1 hour to 100,000, that challenges the limitations of my brain. But if I sit here long enough, I can justify it. I can rationalize it because the ETFs, the hedge funds, BlackRock, Vanguard, everybody, they have to own the Bitcoin, and they want to be able to turn on their marketing ad dollars, and they are going to make money off of fees. So just so you're clear, like the reason why this is a buy the rumor instead of, buy the rumor, buy the news instead of sell the news event is because BlackRock and Franklin Templeton and everybody, this isn't one of those market manipulation plays. An ETF is a vehicle or a device that they use as honestly, a promotional stunt to get TradFi to invest, or just individual traditional investor, retail investors and institutional investors to invest in their ETF, where they earn a fee, a performance fee. So they're not incentivized to sell the Bitcoin. They actually will have to continually acquire more Bitcoin. That's why it's like burning the candle at both ends. Like they're going to buy pressure, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin. So it's just like this. It's going to skyrocket the price. I don't know how else to say it, and I don't know how else to understand it. I've wrestled with this, and it's the largest narrative of our time. Yep, the Bitcoin CME gap is now closed, which indicates a discount that's been happening on the price of Bitcoin, especially in things like the grayscale or the CME futures. So like, I think we're on the cusp of a huge move. CoinsKid is a guy, if you don't follow him, I think he's a really objective technical chart analyst. He's saying what I was saying a few weeks ago. It's possible that Bitcoin may be setting a new all-time high before the halving. You'll think it was because of the ETF speculation and approval, but if you have been a follower of this channel for the past few years, you'll know that the approval was already written in the charts, blow off top. So he is a show me the chart and I'll tell you the news type guy. Real quick, he's talking about the halving event. Let's go to the Bitcoin halving countdown. Where is this? Okay, yeah. So I think this is important for everyone to know. So we're 145 days away from the Bitcoin halving, and the Bitcoin halving event, just to kind of settle this once and for all, is not based on a chronological timer or clock. This is an estimated countdown clock based on the blocks that are being mined. And when we reach 840,000 blocks, that's when we're going to that's when the algorithm or the software parameters will enact the halving. And that's when miners will then have to work twice as hard to earn Bitcoin as a reward on the network, which means the issuance of Bitcoin will be cut in half, the issuance that will be placed into the system. And of course, the amount of Bitcoin that miners will have the option to sell will be cut in half. So it cuts that sell pressure down on the margins of the supply, but it also slows down the emittance of the supply into the public. And it basically happens every 3.5, 4 years. That's kind of how it's played out so far. I think the more miners that go online, I think the faster it can happen. But the way the software, you can see block halving events happen every 4 years or 210,000 blocks on Bitcoin blockchain. Bitcoin's initial block reward was 50 Bitcoin. The current block reward is 6.25 Bitcoin. The next block reward will be 3.125 Bitcoin. This lowers the rate at which Bitcoins are generated. The halving is periodical and is programmed into Bitcoin's code. So this is why it's a big deal, and it ends up being a massive price catalyst every 4 years. So just something we want to keep our eye on. This guy's a little, I don't know. He is Captain Parabolic Toblerone. He's actually literally a captain. He does pictures from like his freighter. He's a captain of like this massive ship, but he does very deep chart analysis as well. And he has been a bull. I would put him on the far like aggressive side of the spectrum on his bullishness. But he's saying 54,000 by mid-December. So that's crazy. I mean, that kind of, I don't know about 54.6. I don't like saying numbers or in the sand, but like drawing lines in the sand. But by mid-December, if we were at 54,000, I would look at it and go, that's not surprising, honestly. I'm thinking mid-40s though. If I were a gambling man and I had to put a wager on it. Nakamoto Games. I continue to enjoy this investment. And I believe it's one of the, if not the top GameFi investment moving forward. I'm going to refresh here because I'm not getting all my graphic loaded. There we go. So this is interesting, and I have yet to dive into it, but they made a strategic decision, and I don't know if this was a part of their roadmap, but they are using Telegram. They're leveraging Telegram as one of their, or if not their main game application. So they're going to leverage the hundreds of millions of Telegram users worldwide for distribution of their games and actually play their games inside of Telegram. I am not a huge Telegram guy. I don't love it. I do have it open even right now on my computer and my phone. I am a part of a few Telegram groups. There's a lot of scammy stuff and subterranean warfare happening on Telegram. You got to be really careful, especially when it comes to private messages. But a lot of our crypto protocols that are offshore or their developers are somewhere else have Telegram groups along with Discord groups. And I teach this in the training. If you're not a part of the communities like Telegram, Discord, if you're not following them on Twitter, like this is one of the ways that you can actually legitimize. They have 172,000 followers. Usually if you got 10,000 or more followers on Twitter, you're kind of on the right trajectory or the pathway. But the fact that they are attracting developers and attracting companies that want to build their brand on the Nakamoto game platform, like Animoca Brands, and they're using Telegram as a delivery service, I really like that. And that's super bullish. And I think that's why you now see, since they've made that move, you can now see that Naka is back on top here in our portfolio. So that's good. I'm a huge Nakamoto fan. I love their name, Satoshi Nakamoto. So it's just good. I like the brand. I like the aesthetics. The only thing I don't like about Nakamoto, if I want to give an unbiased opinion, is I have gone and played the games. I have gone to their site, and they are. I'm going to open it up here. I'll say the quality of the gameplay and even the quality of the website is speculative at best. It looks like they're trying to. I would call them a Gala Games Junior. Like it's obvious that they don't have the budget of Gala Games. They don't have the market cap of Gala Games. They're trying to create just a bunch of cover. It's almost like they're a cover band for video games. They are creating all of these popular video games archetypes. Like I tried to play this game, Naka Strike. It's really difficult to control it, and the graphics are not very pleasing. So it's almost more like Farmville type games. Like if you guys remember how Farmville came about on Facebook, Farmville is actually what catapulted Facebook to like global saturation. It was actually a game. If you look up the history of Facebook and Farmville, it's pretty interesting. But making money on Naka is not about how excellent the games are now. It has nothing to do with that, actually. It has everything to do with human emotion and speculation. And it has everything to do with what people think can happen. And Naka has, whether you like it or not, they have an edge right now on the narrative in GameFi. One little non-crypto crypto point, Coinbase, the stock. If you're into stocks, what a great investment. Coinbase is the custodian for 9 out of the 12 Bitcoin ETFs. It's pretty solid. Let's say half of Bitcoin ends up in the ETFs. At $100,000 Bitcoin, we'll have a $2 trillion market cap. That's about $1 trillion of assets custodied by Coinbase. They charge 10 basis points per month, which is $1 billion of profit per month. That alone equals the same annual profit as Tesla. So I don't know, some of you with a Robinhood account, maybe grab you a little coin before the ETF is approved. Okay, I am going to now transition our call slightly to a sector that I think is going to have a massive amount, it already has a massive amount of upside in this cycle, which is RWA, or real world assets. And I'm just going to quickly cover several tokens to investigate, to study, to do your own research on. But this is my effort to try to keep you from having to look for needles in a haystack. I want you to always have the opportunity to do your own research, but sometimes getting started and having the idea or the creative, find in a particular narrative is the hard part where to get started. So I have some tokens, again, real world assets. I think it's kind of self-explanatory, but I think that's one of the 5 sectors that's going to outperform the rest of the entire crypto market. Okay. I say 5, I'm going to see if I can name them all. We've got RWAs, real world assets. That's like, insurance, real estate, stocks, bonds, businesses, all of the tokenization of that. That's RWA. Interoperability. Okay. That's like blockchain to blockchain. That's non-blockchain to blockchain communication and functionality. GameFi, that's video games, sports betting, all of the entertainment side of crypto and blockchain technology. Layer 1s. Okay. Those are your layer 1 blockchains like Avalanche, Ethereum, Solana. Those are going to be the bedrock, honestly, of all of the altcoins. And then what was my 5th? I'm drawing a blank, but I'll come back to it. Maybe it is. Oh, AI, artificial intelligence. Okay. AI. So we'll cover AI again. I just found a bunch of real world asset plays that I think are going to be fantastic. And some of them are still fantastic entry points currently. Going back to our 100X challenge, Realio Network is a real world asset token, and it has been fundamentally one of the strongest performers. It's more than tripled its value since we invested in it. Now, does that mean it's not going up anymore? No, not at all. I think that it's got a lot of upside. As a matter of fact, if we look at the current market cap for Rio, it's still only 4.6 million in market cap, which is, if I can't explain to you how small that is. Like, that's really, really, really small. And they're doing great things, and it's a very popular. It's one of the popular kids on the block. It's going to be one of the riskier ones in terms of volatility, but I love it, and I have a bag of it, and I'm going to continue it. So I want to share other RWA Rio type tokens with you. Some of them are going to be much larger in market cap. Some of them have less upside. Some of them have the same possible potential. I just want to throw some at you, spend 5 or 10 minutes just giving you a list to look at. I'm not going to do a full analysis of each token. I just want to be able to provide you with some ammunition to get started. As always, we're going to use CoinMarketCap kind of as our central catalog, where we get some, I guess, the central nervous system of the different tokens and where you can start your journey with them. So the first one is Centrifuge, token symbol CFG if you're taking notes. It has a much larger market cap than Rio, 225 million market cap. I would consider this a mid to large cap. Currently on a cool down today. And let's see, over the last 7 days, it's been generally up and to the right. Last month, again, up and to the right. Last year, up and to the right. So it's traveled well with Bitcoin as a large cap. So that's good to see. I think it'll continue. It's up 188% on the year. And this proves what I've been saying is that we've been in a bull market for 2023. As a matter of fact, last year for my members in December, I did a promotion called the Bull Run Rally, and I'll be promoting that again this year. It includes a lot of new perks and a lot of new bonuses and deliverables for my members. It's for my members only. It also extends your membership for an extra year, so be on the lookout. But the point of it was, hey, it's time for a bull run, and that's exactly what it was geared towards, preparing you for this moment. So Centrifuge, what is it? Man, they hit the narrative. Like they get it. They get that RWA is a massive narrative because it's their entire first headline that you see when you log onto their site. This platform is for on-chain credit. And I haven't done a ton of research here, but like it's really geared towards lower cost of capital, underwriting, and using DeFi to leverage, I believe, real world assets. So imagine, I mean, I'm not saying they can do this right now, but imagine, a home equity line of credit, instead of going to Wells Fargo or your mortgage company, going to Centrifuge and leveraging, DeFi to do stuff like that. So really, really awesome. Again, ticker symbol is CFG. I think they're going to do really well this market. And their tokenomics look pretty solid as well. The circulating supply is at about 81%. So no, it's better than that. Hang on. So we got 360 million tokens in circulation, and our total supply is 430 million. So not bad. Okay. Goldfinch is the next one. Smaller market cap, less than 50 million, super aggressive, super small, super volatile, super risky. Goldfinch does their aesthetics is next level. It's one of the better crypto websites that I've seen for such a small market cap. They have $99 million of active loan value out, and basically you can bring your stable coins here. And if I recall, Goldfinch yields come from real world lending, and investments are collateralized off chain, which makes them distinctly different from the high volatile DeFi lending you may be familiar with. So this is basically yield farming, but yield farming against real actual things in real life, real assets, different types of funds. You can see here, you've got lower percentages, but still attractive. I mean, this would be a stable coin percentage or a stable coin fund that outperforms the stock market. So, again, if you get a big bag of tokens and or a big bag of, cash out, and you just want somewhere to stash your USDC, and it's not in a volatile place, and it's based on commodities or emerging markets, and you don't want to deal with, the impermanent loss, fantastic. Well, that's their utility here. But I'm not talking about investing in their utility. I'm talking about investing in their token at a $43 million market cap. I think this is going to have a huge upside up run. So not to kick a horse, but Avalanche, incredible real world asset to look into. Avalanche is a layer one. So I think one of the reasons why I think Avalanche is such a no-brainer investment this time around is because it's a layer one that is they did a great job during the bear market positioning themselves for multiple of those 5 sectors that I outlined a few minutes ago, specifically GameFi and real world assets. So they have this incredible technology called subnets. If you haven't read up on Avalanche, go to avax.network. they basically have created a platform for developers to do whatever the heck they want or whatever they can imagine. And so it's basically one of the most superior layer ones on the planet. It's fast, it's inexpensive, it has incredible endorsements by massive leaders. This is Chainlink's leader, Sergey Nazarov. This is Aave's leader, one of the largest, if not the largest DeFi platform on in the world. And yeah, incredible. Love Avalanche. Maker, MKR. The interesting thing about Maker is, if I go, I think this is the right site. I don't want to get lost in their website. Basically, Maker, they every time they're generating revenue because they own like $200 billion of US T-bills, currently earning 5%. Every time they make $20,000, or every 2 hours, forgive me, I'm butchering this. I am not an investor in Maker, but I'm intrigued by it. It's not one of those 100x opportunities. I mean, you can see it's a $1.4 billion market cap. It could be a 4x opportunity. But the fun part is that they buy their own token every 2 hours with $20,000 of the interest income that they make off of the T-bills that they are holding. So it's got a deflationary power to it. So check out Maker. Pendle, ticker symbol is their name. I would love to know the conventions of coming up with these ticker symbols. I guess 6 is the maximum. I've never seen one larger than that. This is a yield strategy. To be honest, I'm not super clear on it. I haven't read the white papers. I am intrigued by it because they have a control your yield aspect. And their whole thing is basic, and they have $233 million of TVL, which is significant and very encouraging. So do some research there. Maple, I really think this is an awesome protocol. And honestly, thinking about investing in it, I'm going to star it here on my watch list. It is based on the Ethereum blockchain. So those of you who don't like gas fees on Ethereum, so sorry, but it's an $86 million market cap. So what Maple is doing, the other thing I was going to point out, they started in May of 2021, which means they have been building in the bear market and capitalizing, and they have $2.9 billion of loans issued, and they have $95 million of TVL. And on Maple, credit professionals manage fast-flowing lending businesses where capital is syndicated and lent to institutional borrowers to fund business growth and operations. So the way I imagine this is like thinking about how regional banks get their money from the Fed. I wonder if Maple is funneling money to institutional investors like that, or to hedge funds or VCs or private equity groups. Maple is the only on-chain marketplace focused exclusively on serving institutional and individual accredited investors with high-quality lending opportunities, which suit their liquidity, risk, and return requirements. So I always like this business model. I always like companies and institutions that are the bank. And as you scroll down, you'll see another great thing, which I teach in the training, is that the leaders are doxed. This is a fully doxed team, and super encouraging to see. So you've got a level of transparency and partnerships. You got all the things that kind of lines up to make a potentially great investment. So Maple, the ticker symbol is MPL, Maple. Really good, easy to remember. Okay, that's all I have for this week's call. Those real world asset tokens, I actually have a longer list, but I'm going to stop for now, because at some point altcoins can become like merit badges. You have all these merit badges and you forgot how you earned them, and you forgot how you got them, and you don't know what to do with them. And so just practice discipline when it comes to gobbling up these tokens. Focus in on the narratives that you believe in and that you want to ride. You don't have to invest in all of the narratives. Just find one or two of the narratives that you want to go deep and narrow, niche down. It's just like small business. Your portfolio is just like a small business. You are the entrepreneur. Niche down into one thing that you can know, understand, and master, and make money there. And what I mean, I'm specifically talking about altcoins, the altcoin niches. When it comes to your crypto flywheel strategy, cash flow, appreciation, and leverage, the appreciation part, that building equity part of your flywheel, everything we talked about today is relevant there. Okay. Hope that's helpful. All right. Any questions? Josh, when will you start to take profit on Link? I'll probably my strategy all along with Chainlink has been when it gets to about $40, I'll probably take 20%. And then when it gets to 60, I'll probably take another 20%. And then I'm gonna from there, I'm gonna chance it, past 80. And then once it gets to about 85 or $90, I'll start taking 40% and go from there. It's a good question. I do not use Uphold Wallet. I don't have any experience with Uphold. Any other questions before we adjourn? Is this helpful, guys? Curtis, what do you suggest in how to get in on these tokens before they become public? Well, all of the tokens that we shared today are already public. When it comes to that's a long question. So that might be an entire coaching call that I need to do in the near future is getting in on pre-sales. So Curtis, I will shelf your question and write that down because the world of pre-sales is a whole other category of token research. Extremely risky, but it can be extremely lucrative. So forgive me for not having it's just a really involved answer. Kevin, I hear a lot about 90% altcoin projects will evaporate once DeFi becomes mature and utilized globally. Based on your last altcoin narrative, seems like 90% evaporation seems likely. Yeah, I mean, that's a anecdotal thing. I think the 90% narrative that I hear, Kevin, is that 90% of altcoins will go to zero because they are speculation plays. And I can't argue with that. I think it is also a FUD narrative from the traditional financial space as well, if that's fair for me to say. And I think it's a hyperbolic statement. That being said, 90%, I mean, there's over 22,000 altcoins in the world. So, if 20,000 of them went away, it wouldn't hurt any of our feelings probably. It's just that's why we want to invest in great things. But when we say go away or evaporate, I mean, with a proper profit taking strategy, trade it, don't date it is the philosophy. Like, I hope y'all understand. I talk about Chainlink all the time. I will not own a penny of Chainlink probably this time next year. It's not a religious conviction. I'll own Bitcoin. I'll have USDC or I'll have cash in my infinite banking account. But when the blow off top happens, I will not own any Avalanche. I will not own any XRP. I will not own any Chainlink. So you got to remember that we are in a cyclical battle. We're in a cyclical battle with the market. So investing in something now doesn't mean you're investing in it for take the 401k mindset out when it comes to crypto. It's not put it in every month and have it when you're, 50 years from now. Date it. Trade it. Yeah, Curtis. Yeah, a lot of them don't have real use cases like meme coins. They're going to go away. I mean, if I showed you how many meme coins launch per day and don't exist tomorrow, that's where you can get 90%, the 90% figure. I mean, there's meme coin bodies laying all over the floor. John says, wouldn't that have to do more with the meme coins and NFTs that have categories you just mentioned today? Possibly, yeah. But there's going to be a lot of just failed startups like there are. I mean, you can say the same thing about small business. I mean, there's a stat out there. I might misquote it. 70 or 80% of small businesses don't make it. It's the same thing. People love to just try to make crypto different. It's the same as every other asset class, except it's higher performing, higher revenue velocity, and just younger. Yep. Do your homework and find the best coins and real world uses and take profit smartly. Yes, absolutely. Can you explain the plan for the next 4 Fridays for the group investing strategy? Are the videos available from the ones in July? Yes, John, the videos are available. If you're a member and you've been here for over 6 months, I would not encourage you to join. I mean, you can. It's not every Friday. As a matter of fact, this Friday is the first session of the private crypto banking implementation group, and then we'll do another one next Wednesday. And so there's a unique Zoom link with a schedule that you can sign up for them. We got about 34 people signed up. But I do have the 4 sessions already recorded. So if you want that, just send me a message on Discord. I'll probably send me a message on Discord. I'll send you the logins and you can do that. If you've been a member as long as John has, I wouldn't, I mean, you're welcome, John, to come to the live sessions. Don't get me wrong, but it might be a better use of your time to watch the recordings on your own time management. Okay, friends, that's it for today. I'm getting ready for a big December. I hope you're excited. I'm fired up. More to come. Talk soon.
Again, if you're looking for a trustworthy community in crypto investing where there's down to earth people who want to create money, maybe you want to pad the stats on your retirement, maybe you want to create more time freedom for you and your family, maybe you want to pay off the mortgage or go travel more, or whatever your outcome is, you need what I call a crypto flywheel. That is cash flow, appreciation, and leverage, 3 wealth strategies built into what I call the crypto flywheel method. And that crypto flywheel method is what I've used to create exponential, life-changing, life-altering money with crypto, the highest performing asset class in history. But you got to know what you're doing. So if you want to take the next steps with a trustworthy mentor, mastermind, and just overall awesome community that's down to earth, go to cryptoyall.co, watch the 12-minute video. If you like what you see, schedule a call with me and we'll have a one-on-one conversation, okay? No sales teams, no customer service agents, no veiled internet characters with neon hair and gamer chairs, just down to earth people wanting to invest in crypto alongside of each other with good standards of practice. I'll talk to you really soon.